Hey there, welcome back to Clicks and Views, your one-stop destination for the best of Reddit's Am I the A-hole drama, random facts you never knew you needed, health tips that actually make a difference, mind-blowing AI music, or our top 10 lists to keep you ahead of the game. If you love mixing things up and discovering new things every day, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss out. Welcome back to another episode of Am I the A-hole? Today's story will put you in the shoes of someone grappling with a tough decision and the reactions that followed. Who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and who's the real a-hole in this situation? Let's get into it. My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all. Despite the fact that she is only 12, she is extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything she gets her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it doesn't feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then I've never solely had my parents' attention. Even since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I was moved out of my room into the basement at 7 because she needed to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. Even when I was 14 and she destroyed a Mac my school gave me, I was in the wrong. Along with this, I am expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. I can never make plans with friend because my parents expect me to be there if they need me to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time to myself, I am required to leave if they need me. If I do not, then I am punished. The recent example of this is when I went to see the new Spider-Man movie, and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater. It seems as if I am nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. This last week I was chosen to give a speech at a school event. I was so excited, and my parents promised to be there, but they never showed and claimed it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens for me, they are too busy with her. I've held this in for so long, and it finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my father, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well so when they're gone I can take care of my sister. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it's always about her. I'm nothing more than a caretaker to them, that they always make it about her, and that I'm expected to be her slave for the rest of my life. I've locked myself in my room since then, and my parents have not come to check on me. Am I the a-hole here? Edit/update kind of. Wow, thank you for all the support and love that you guys have given me. I never expected this post to reach the popularity it did. Thank you all. After thinking about it for these past hours, you are right that I don't despise my sister. It's not her fault that she was born the way she is. My parents came to talk to me a while after my breakdown, but I was unable to bring myself to talk to them and only cried and asked them to leave. They have made arrangements with my grandfather for me to stay with him for the time being, and am getting ready to go to his house. My parents want to talk to me, but we have decided it's best I leave for now to have some space and time to collect myself. We will be sitting down and talking later this week about this issue. Thank you all again for the love and support through this, love. I'll send an update your guys' way later this week if people are interested. Reaction. I know, the title alone is a lot to process. But let's hear OP's story before jumping to conclusions. And as always, stay respectful in the comments. Let's get into it. OP's sister is severely autistic and requires constant care. Because of this, OP's entire life has revolved around her sister's needs. Toys destroyed. Parents didn't care. Got moved to the basement at 7? No big deal. Even a school-issued MacBook being destroyed was apparently OP's fault. It doesn't stop there. OP's expected to drop everything at a moment's notice to care for her sister. Plans with friends? Forget it. A simple movie night? Grounded for not being reachable. And the breaking point? OP's parents casually joked that she'd need a high-paying job to support her sister in the future. This led to an emotional breakdown where OP finally let it all out. She feels like a slave to her family and overshadowed by her sister's needs. First off, let me just say this, OP, you are not the a-hole here. Not even close. The emotions you're feeling are completely valid. And let's unpack why. The parentification problem. What OP describes here is a classic case of parentification. That's when a child is forced to take on responsibilities that aren't appropriate for their age. In this case, OP has been made to feel like a secondary caregiver since she was 6 years old. That's not fair, and it's a huge burden for any child, let alone a teenager who's trying to navigate their own life. OP's parents' choices to prioritize her sister's needs over everything else, including OP's emotional well-being, have created an environment where OP feels invisible. And that's heartbreaking. Compassion versus resentment. Here's an important point, OP doesn't actually hate her sister. She hates the situation. And that's a huge distinction. Her sister didn't choose to be born with these challenges, and OP clearly understands that. But it's her parents' job to balance both of their children's needs, and they're failing miserably at that. What could have been done better? Let's brainstorm some solutions. For starters, OP's parents need to acknowledge how much they've put on her shoulders. They should seek external caregiving support for the sister. There are government programs, respite care services, and community resources that could help lighten the load. Prioritize OP's milestones and events. Missing her speech at school? That's a big deal. They could have planned better or asked for help so at least one parent could attend. Open communication. Ignoring OP's breakdown and not checking on her only deepens the wound. Parents need to have an honest conversation and truly listen to how OP feels. Update. Now, let's talk about that update. OP's parents did step up, at least a little. They arranged for OP to stay with her grandfather to give her space and time to process. That's a good first step.